Good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome to A Course in Miracles. And boy, what a miracle group we have. And I'm Teri Angel here with my co-host, Karen Palmer. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
We're so happy to be here every night discussing A Course in Miracles and what a difference it's making in our lives. And Karen always gets us started in a really good grounding way. So Karen, please take it away.
Okay, so just taking a couple breaths and just being in a feeling state of peace and ease and grace. We're just going to slow down the breath and just let these words just wash over you. Just listen to them with just an open mind. Forgive us our illusions, Father, and help us to accept our true relationship with you, in which there are no illusions, and where none can ever enter. Our holiness is yours. What can there be in us that needs forgiveness when yours is perfect? The sleep of forgetfulness is only the unwillingness to remember your forgiveness and your love. Let us not wander into temptation, for the temptation of the Son of God is not your will. And let us receive only what you have given and accept this, but this, into the minds which you created and which you love. Amen. So just feeling into those words. It's such a beautiful way to invite a way of seeing things in a completely different way. So this lesson that we're coming into, that we just finished, and the lesson that we're coming into is really opening us to a completely thought reversal from maybe what a lot of people have been taught. So for me, a lot of the thing that I've noticed about life in general is we're taught to forget. We're taught to forget who we are. We're taught in school to forget who we are and to be who the establishment wants us to be. And I feel like that's a very important thing that I am doing to reverse that in the school systems, is to let children express their true nature and be their true self. And I think that the schools are very much open to that now. So it's wonderful. It's wonderful because I've been watching it kind of unfold for over 20 years. And now I can see there is much, much more open-minded energy in our world. There is much more open-minded energy in our world.
I've seen it too, Karen, with our children especially. I've seen a lot of rebellion, I guess, and resistance to changing our thoughts, and being stuck in a way that you just don't think that you can do anything else. So I love that everyone that's here with us is open-minded enough to say, well, let me just see what this teaching is all about, because that's the first step to reversing it. Is you have to be open-minded enough to be willing to look at it. Doesn't mean that you're all in yet. And I know it took me years to be all in with Course in Miracles. It really did. And Jean, I know you've tried it. This is what, your fourth try? But over 30 years, I've picked it up. I put it down. I'll remember bits and pieces from it. But I think this has made more sense. And this, I'm understanding it more fully than I ever have before. And I'm just grateful that all of you are here with us to study it and to give your own take on it, what you're getting from it, or if you're totally confused. There's no right or wrong, but I just appreciate the group effort and that we are doing it as a collective. So I just wanted to thank you all for that.
What I was thinking is that what the world, I'm going to say the world, I don't know what to call it, the illusion. What they want us to do is conform. They want everybody to conform, to fit in a certain type of a box. The ones that we've been used to for so long, they haven't worked very well at all. And what this is trying to do is free us to understand that we don't have to conform. We have a free mind. We see things. We can see things with fresh eyes, with eyes that really and truly, if you get down to it, God gave us. He gave us those eyes to see with, to see the love and the beauty. And so it's a matter of you deciding for yourself what you want to do. Be free or be a robot with everybody else.
And the illusion. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Thank you, Jean. That's true. I just want to introduce everybody. We have a new person with us tonight. Her name is Carlene Leslie, and she's new and wanted to introduce herself. Welcome. You're in the right place. A very accepting place here. So thank you for being with us. So this lesson, we just did a really interesting one that for some, I think it was a little difficult. So the one we're going into tonight just continues along this line. So if you're confused, it's okay. We'll just get you more confused. No, I'm kidding. So I just wanted to see if there was anybody that did have a question or anything along the line of what we're studying about here with this meaningless world. And I know it's been hard to wrap our brain around it. And Jean, I love that you used a different word, right? Because meaningless didn't jive with you.
I said neutral.
Yeah, exactly.
Neutral. The world itself, it's neutral.
Yeah. Okay. No questions?
I had the hard time with I'm in the competition with God part about, that we were, I wasn't here last night, but I listened to the replay and I forgot there was something about fear before that too. I don't have the crystal book, but when I get it, I'll be able to, because a couple times I wrote it down, but I didn't write it down when you were speaking. And sometimes I forget, was a long sequence of, things that you had to say and do. And, but I got the gist of it. And, but the competition with God, I'm like, I don't know about that. I'm like, I am God. I'm part of God. We're all together in this. That's I don't see me as in competition with him, but I was saying it, but,
Well, to me, it's more the ego.
yeah.
Yeah. So if that makes it make a little more sense. And that's the thing. There's no right or wrong way with this, you guys. You don't have to be like exact with saying the statements. It helps, but put the words in there that fit, like Jean did, with meaningless, if there was an issue with that. And even Pam talks about this lesson tonight that, okay, we're going to have the G word in there. And, a lot of people have a problem with the word God. I have no problem with it, and to me, it's the God of our understanding. So we're all going to have that different version, I think, however it is for you, that's what you can put into that place of the word God, because that is in what we're going to be saying. That is part of the lesson for tonight. And I loved her take on this. And she's like, if it's not fun, I don't want it. And I love that, make it fun, make it what you want it to be. And she said, her philosophy is, if it's not fun, it's not sustainable. How many times have you lost interest in something because it just wasn't fun? It wasn't something that kept your attention, right? So we can have fun with this. There's nothing that says we can't have fun. It'd be silly. Us. We're the group of silly people. It's our trademark. But yeah, we can have fun with it for sure. And we can get the lesson even better when we have fun. That's how I feel, Karen. I know you like the eternal silliness, so I'm pretty sure that you're on board with that as well. Oh, excuse me. So let's make it fun. And let's hear this lesson 14. God did not create a meaningless world. So Karen, do you want to share that with us?
Okay, so again, I encourage you to just open your mind, open your heart. Remember that we're removing all the blocks to love, that any barrier, when we are looking at the competition with God, when they're saying that we're looking at competition, it means that we've made substitutions for God and that we've made idols of our family members, our friends, our pets. We've made idols. And what they're saying to us is that we are trying to substitute instead of knowing what real and perfect love is. We're trying to substitute it with sacrifice and suffering and believing that that is love. And so what they're asking us to do is open our mind a little bit so that the ego thought system, there is no identification with the ego. We don't want to claim that we are the ego. What we want to do is see that the ego thought system is a neutral thought system. We give it the meaning and we give it the power. And so if there is anything that we are struggling with or having resistance with, it's truly always the mythical me. It's the false self who's having issues. It's the false self who has a problem, who has any kind of resistance. And so we have to just be gentle and say to ourselves, like, where is that coming from? Why do I feel like I'm having a button pushed? And how do I dissolve this button so that I'm not seeing this as some sort of attack or defense? Because that's what we go to a lot of times, is we start to, I don't like what this says. I'm not having anything to do with this. I don't like what it says. So I'm gonna, and a lot of times we do that with people. I don't like what that person's saying, so I'm cutting that person out of my life. I don't like being around that person because so-and-so thinks that they're low energy or they're not light workers. It's honestly, it's really, the ego thought system is the 5 Ds, right? So there's distraction, delusion, duality, differences, and disappointments. Whenever we're in any of those Ds, we have stepped away from our true self. We've stepped into, if we see a difference, we've stepped away. So let's just think about that when we hear that God did not create a meaningless world. God created a loving, beautiful, gentle, caring world. And we have come in and stepped on the toes and kind of said, no, God, this is our will now. We are going to manifest it this way, and we're going to do it this way. And honestly, I have to be perfectly honest about that. If you want to be in resistance to that, it's what we have done. But if you want to be in resistance to that, it's fine. It's okay. Just be in resistance to it and ask who is in resistance, and continually ask Spirit to help. That's all. Just keep asking Spirit in and help me see this differently. Help me see everything and everyone differently. So the idea for today, of course, the reason why a meaningless world is impossible, what God did not create does not exist. And everything that does exist exists as He created it. The world you see has nothing to do with reality. It is of your own making, and it does not exist. The exercises for today are to be practiced with eyes closed throughout. The mind searching period should be short, a minute at most. Do not have more than 3 practice periods for today's idea unless you find them comfortable. If you do, it will be because you really understand what they are for. The idea for today is another step in learning to let go the thoughts that you have written onto the world and see the word of God in their place. The early steps in this exchange, which can truly be called salvation, can be quite difficult and even quite painful. Some of them will lead you directly into fear. You will not be left there. You will go far beyond it. Our direction is toward perfect safety and perfect peace. With eyes closed, think of all the horrors in the world that cross your mind. Name each one as it occurs to you, and then deny its reality. God did not create it, and so it is not real. For example, God did not create that war, and so it is not real. God did not create that airplane crash, and so it is not real. God did not create that disaster, and so it is not real. Suitable subjects for the application of today's idea also include anything that you are afraid of that might happen to you or to anyone about whom you are concerned. In each case, name the disaster quite specifically. Do not use general terms. For example, do not say God did not create illness, but God did not create cancer or heart attacks or whatever may arouse fear in you. This is your personal repertory of horrors at which you are looking. These things are part of the world you see. Some of them are shared illusions, and others are part of your own personal hell. It does not matter. What God did not create can only be in your mind, apart from His, and that is the only place it needs to be healed. Therefore, it has no meaning. In recognition of this fact, conclude the practice periods repeating, God did not create a meaningless world. The idea for today can, of course, be applied to anything that disturbs you during the day. Aside from the practice periods, be very specific in applying and say to yourself, God did not create a meaningless world. He did not create any situation that is disturbing me, and so it is not real.
I do like this lesson. I think the deeper we go into this, and if we can just say the lesson, say the words, and you can use your own words, but say this, God did not create a meaningless world. However you want to express that still means the same thing. And again, like Pam says, we don't have to understand that. To me, it's pretty understandable, but you don't have to get it all. Just when you do the exercise, allow Spirit to speak to you about it and just say, help me understand it. Help me understand what we're doing with this lesson and with all the lessons. All it takes is just that willingness to open up and to learn. And Suzanne said, this is a great lesson to deal with anxiety. Absolutely. Yeah. So from Alan's book, he says, no, there's no fear in the now. All fear is of future events. And if you're established in the now moment, you cannot be afraid. You can only experience reality now. So just stay present with this thought, stay present and just allow spirit to show you the real meaning behind this, that God did not create a meaningless world. So can't wait to hear what y'all do with this one tomorrow.
I can't wait to do it.
And how many times are we supposed to do it, Karen? I lost that.
3. But if you like it, you can do it as many as you want.
I'm really starting to get the idea or understanding how much our own mind is involved in the creation of the world that we feel we have. And you know, I have kind of a good example of that. Well, let me just say it and see if it applies to anyone. I used to say a lot, and even I do sometimes now, I have to admit, I'll say, when my house is all a mess and everything, I hate my house. I just hate my house. I need a bigger house. I need, And then at other times when my house is all clean and it's shiny because I cleaned it and everything. And then I just feel like, oh, I love my house so much. It's so wonderful. So I think our feelings are our ideas and our thoughts are projected onto the world that we make. And I love this course because that's what it's trying to make us realize, that we can not listen to our egos and listen to the actual fact or see the actual fact of what the situation is. Anyway.
Great. So you're probably all familiar with Wayne Dyer saying that thoughts become things that we create with our thoughts. And I think it was Alan Cohen that changed that to thoughts create experiences. So it's just what you're saying, Jean. That thought of I hate my house, then okay, you're not going to really feel comfortable in there.
No.
But when I love my home, this house just really is my home and my castle, and I love it, then there's going to be a different experience with that. So your thoughts, your words, they all do create. And how are we going to create what we want to see, which is more peace, love, and joy in our world, and especially in our own selves? So great discussion. We are over time. Thank you to all who came in to share with us tonight and to do the discussion. Thank you to anyone new who's here. Carlene, we're so glad you came in, and I hope you come back. So I'm going to turn this off of the group that we have, the lessons in
That's a perfect example, Auntie Jean, of duality, what you just shared about the house. That's a perfect example about duality. And that's when we are, feeling that duality is an experience of, stepping away from our true self. And that's a good, helpful experience to be in awareness of that. When we are in duality, we want to come back to neutrality. So we want to just keep coming back to being neutral, so that your house is neutral. It's a neutral thing. So it's a beautiful example, though. Thank you for sharing it, Auntie Jean.
Absolutely. All right, so I'm turning this off of the group. So those of you who were with us on there, thank you so much for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. If you want to chant with us, you can jump over to Enlightened World Network or to my channel on Angel Speakers and join us in for the chanting. Karen, if you'll talk about Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, I'll go ahead and take care of this business.
Yes, so this is where we chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number, and then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in a short meditation on freedom, and then we'll go into our second chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed. Om
Ganapataye
Namaha. We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed. Om
Ganapataye
Namaha. We declare that all illusions and illness be removed.
Namaha.
Om
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Ganapataye Namaha. Ganapataye Namaha. Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Gam Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Namaha.
Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Namaha.
Gan Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gan Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Gan
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gan Ganapataye
Hey,
Namaha. Om Gan
yeah,
Ganapataye
and
Namaha. Om Gan
hey,
Ganapataye
Namaha,
Namaha.
hey,
Om Gan
Namaha,
Ganapataye Namaha.
hey,
Om
Namaha,
Gan
hey,
Let's breathe deep into our lungs, letting that energy flow into our heart center, realizing that there are no obstacles, there are no barriers. And when we come to that realization, our frequency goes higher and higher and higher. And in that higher vibration, we can see the miracles that we want to manifest. And we do that going forward to this next chant, known as the miracle chant of Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And our miracle Marlene is with us tonight. Marlene, hi, honey. Thank you for being here. So, Karen, would you talk about this? And I will type the words in.
Yes, so this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. And then beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in a short and lead us into the next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. I have a feisty puppy behind me here. She's very excited because it stopped raining. And then we declare that all are happy and healthy. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Oh,
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Let's take a breath in again, in the very center of our heart. And as we focus on love, on peace, joy, freedom, we're going to chant Om 3 times, giving honor to God, and then stay in our hearts for another moment, connect in to the brain, and then we're going to give that love out to the universe. So take a deep breath in, and we'll begin the chanting of Om. Om. And really feel that love in your heart. Let it go deeper and deeper inside of you. And then on the out breath, send it out into the world. So breathe in love, breathe in light, breathe in joy, and share that. Share it with no agenda other than just to spread that love and light into our world. One more time, fill your lungs up with that beautiful energy of love. And with the out breath, just let it go where it needs to go. It's energy, so it knows where to connect in with those who are ready for it. Om Shanti Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. May this love, this light that we send forth be a spark for someone in the world today that just needs to see hope. Om Shanti. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all of you who are here. And every night we make a declaration that there is peace on earth. And Chris, I think it's your turn to lead us.
We declare that peace on earth and be kind to your neighbors and by your friends and your family. So I am blessed with they Corey. I saw my cousin Corey. I totally forgot it pair by breakfast. So 1, 2, 3.
We
We
declare
declare
that
that
there
there is
is
peace on earth,
earth.
and we declare that peace begins inside and radiates from us.
So is
And be kind.
Ever and ever.
Never. Amen.
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 Amen. How
And
beautiful.
we do this every night as a group known as the
Peace for
Peace.
Peace.
So every one of you out there, you're a piece.
Jean?
Yes. I'm a P, and she's a P, and he's a P, and she's a P, and wouldn't you like to be a P too?
So beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. And our Grace Isis is with us.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Jo-
And
The hills are alive.
all right, let's go into it because the hills
Here's
are
the
alive.
one.
With the
With
sound
Now
the
we're chanting
of it.
and the sprinkling of
the
peace
peace
and the smile on
of our
faces
faces.
because peace is coming around the corner when we chant.
Chant.
Peace is coming
Nam
around the
Myoho
corner when we
we
Renge
chant.
Kyo.
peace is coming around
Mountains,
Marvin
smiles on
people's
The
faces.
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 Peace is coming around the corner when
Mountains.
we chant.
And
Be kind.
And be kind. I love that. Oh, what a blessing. Thank you all. Thank you to everyone who came in to study A Course in Miracles. And for those who stayed with us for the chanting, blessings to you all. We do this every night. So come back tomorrow and we'll do it again. So stay in your hearts and stay blessed and have a beautiful rest of your day or night or whatever it might be for you.
baby.
And we'll see you back here tomorrow. We leave you with
Namaste.
Bye, everyone. We love you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Right.